Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I'm your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Team Happy Cloud, and on the right is going to be gillyShark. This is a Division A matchup in our last week of regulation play. I did see a lot of teams are doing the math and trying to figure out who they're going to be going up against in the coming weeks, depending on what they win, what they lose. I know that we're going to be having some stats that were provided to us for the match later on today. That's going to be Clouded Mind versus the Baddest Dudes, and I do believe we've got a lot of good information from Turd Herder, excuse me. Turd is not the best way to start that off. But if you aren't starting things off just right and you are wondering what map we're on, don't worry, I got you. The home team this evening is going to be the members of Team Happy Cloud. They lost coin flip. Surprise, like it's throwing me so far off because gillyShark has essentially won 2 coin flips. Granted, they're by default, so there is that. But gillyShark 2 coin flip win in a win streak coming up for them. I don't believe in it. Something's wrong in the universe. Anyways, gillyShark opted for map pick priority. Battlefield of Eternity and Braxis Holdout are going to be banned out by them. Volskaya and Alterac Pass were banned out by Team Happy Cloud. And Tomb of Spider Queen will be our first map chosen by gillyShark. Let's go ahead and jump on back into our draft and find out what's going to be happening here. As we do see a Junkrat and a Tyrande being banned out here. So they are going to be targeting Chest Looter and Chymotrypsin. No target onto Stark. And in the past, in a lot of these teams, we've actually seen them all target Stark, whether it be the Zeratul, Samuro, well, always Samuro, or even Medivh. Those are a lot of heroes that I've been actually seeing targeted out against them, and I'd say this is probably one of the first times in a long time we've actually seen Chest Looter actually getting the ban onto the Junkrat right there, but just a little bit of something to note on top of all that. But we do see a Rhaegar and a Joanna being banned out on the side of gillyShark. I like the start for both these teams, and that's going to be a Sylvanas first pick. That's a lot of damage, a lot of wave clear, and a lot of great aggression she can bring to the table, as well as the siege that she can put forward when you're able to lock down those towers and push further in with those. The 1-2 pick coming out from gillyShark, I wouldn't be too surprised to see a Samuro here. This is a map where I feel like they can play it, but they might try and go for their out-rotation composition that they've played in the past, where they just rotate and keep putting up the pressure, and that might be the direction they're going. I will say this, a Malthael and a Jaina at the start, that's a bit of an odd 1-2. Might be to prioritize Malthael for Ramadi, but the Jaina I feel like it could be it doesn't need to necessarily be picked up here. Maybe it's more for a denial. They think that the Jaina is strongest in the mages department on a map like this, where you're doing rotations and getting wave clear, and I would agree with that. She's got a lot of great tools in her kit to be able to get that wave clear a little bit faster, but we do see an ETC and a Hanzo being picked up here, so we're going to be seeing a lot of I would say this is going to be some sort of wombo with the, actually, you know what? Dragon Strike is a possibility, because it did get a buff recently. Dragon Arrow does have the, that large AoE stun. You can have Sylvanas with the Wailing Arrow to follow up, so you're getting a stun on top of a silence, then maybe you throw in the Mosh Pit from the ETC, and you just lock them down, and they can't really do anything. They can't use any buttons, like, for example, if there's a Blaze or something that to try and deny that, but that's not the case. Also, I apologize, I haven't said hi to chat whatsoever. I've just been, like, into this game, because I've been looking forward to casting all day. I don't know what it was, just super, super excited to be casting for you all. But, Mikey, Zergy, Cat Peach as well, I think that's everyone who's chatted so far, but either way, thank you for being here, as well as anyone who's lurking or just watching on a device where it's a little bit more difficult to chat from. Thank you for hanging out, thank you for supporting these teams, and thanks for checking out the Nexus Gaming Series. We are through our ban phase. The Stukov will be banned out as well. It's going to be targeted towards their Chymotrypsin, or towards their Chymotrypsin player, towards their healer player, but looks like they're going to be going for the Alexstrasza anyways. And on a map like this, she's really, really strong, and you're going to be able to bring that Dragon Queen form into some of these fights, as well as maybe even to your siege, or trying to deny the siege out from that Sylvanas, that Hanzo. Now, they do need a healer as well as a solo lane. They could maybe solo lane with the Sylvanas, but I'm not sure. And the other thing to note too is this could be a solo lane Blaze or a actually, I think this would be a main tank Blaze if they're going to be having the Malthael that early. I would assume Malthael's in the solo lane, and into Urel, that might be an easy time for Malthael. Huh. That's a divine mosh if I've ever seen one. They are going for a big ol' wombo on top of all of this. There's possibility. Yo, perfect. Thank you for using your thank you for the I was going to say Twitch Prime, but thank you for the Tier 1 subscription, my friend. Thank you so much. Greymane will be picked up here on the right-hand side. Samuro goes through all of the draft. I'm a little disappointed, I'm not going to lie. but not by perfect 1010. Thank you so much for the subscription. Yo, Porky, thank you so much for the 2 months of support. Thank you for the tier 1 as well. I really appreciate that. Also, Zua Rules, how you doing, bud? Make their clouds sad and stuff.
Subscribe.
That's a bit of an odd, like,
Closing
I wouldn't.
Parenthesis.
I wouldn't say it's like a bad draft by any means, but it's just a little odd from gillyShark to not try and play it. Sumo Spider Queen might be a difficult map for Samuro. I don't know. I've seen it. You know, whenever it's up and available, they always go for it, and that's one of the things that I would be expecting here. Double arrow into sacred cow. Yeah, exactly. You've got the. Now I was noting this before as well. Don't count out Dragon Strike. I always flip the two because Dragon Strike sounds like an AoE stun, and Dragon Arrow sounds like it would summon a dragon. Sorry, that one boggles me, like that wording right there. But the Dragon Arrow did get some changes in the most recent patch, and viable? We'll see. I don't know. I mean, you could mosh pit and you just have the Dragon Arrow on top of all that. Maybe you don't need that AoE stun. That's definitely a possibility. But we got a game. Let's go ahead and get on into that. Samuro isn't really great on Tomb. I agree. Yeah, that's the one thing that I think I've seen a lot of players say, and that's the reason we're probably not seeing it here. But on the left-hand side, we are going to be seeing Team Happy Cloud, with Delta going to be on the Uther, Ferret will be on the Sylvanas, Brett Michaels will be on the ETC. Very perfect. We have Galaxy Quest going to be on the Hanzo, and then we have What a Pal on the Urel. Oh my god, that mount. On the right-hand side, we got the members of gillyShark. We have a Stark, just dancing before mounting. We're on the Jaina. We're gonna be having Chess Leader on the Greymane. Veggies will be on the Blaze. Kymo Tripson will be on the Alexstrasza, and Ramadi rounds out team on the Malthael. Let's go ahead and check our level 1 questing talents. We do see this, so far we're going to be seeing target practice coming out from the Hanzo. This is probably going to be explosive arrows, and explosive arrows did get a 10% reduction in their damage, or I think it was, yeah, 10% reduction in the damage, and that's just something to consider here. I'm not sure if that's just like, oh, it's no longer viable because of the 10%. I think it went from like 60 to 50. That might be a different percentage from a different hero, but I just remember it not being massively significant, but still. Yo, Mikey, I'm doing great. How are you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. Happy Cloud's draft is way better in your opinion? Okay. I think it's got a lot of great value right there. There's a lot of synergies that are going to be built throughout this game. The stacking from all these heroes as well, from the ETC, the Hanzo, as well as the Uther, are going to be really, really impactful. They also, just to note, Blaze did have some changes as well. The wind-up time for the Jet Propulsion was reduced by like 0.15 seconds or something. It was a 0.5 wind-up, and now it's like a 0.35, I think I read. I played it in a brawl yesterday, and it seemed really, really quick to me. Like that delay, like before you felt like you hit E, and then it was a while before that Jet Propulsion actually took off. Now it's almost like I play on release for keys, and by the time I'm releasing my finger fully from the E key, I feel like I'm actually getting that Jet Propulsion off. I was about to say getting Jet Propulsion off is not going to be what Veggies is able to do, as Kymo Tripson's just going to bump the body right there, and that will be first blood in favor for the members of Team Happy Cloud. And they're doing a great job of also rotating a couple members around this map. We do see that the Sylvanas is going to be jumping down here, and Greymane does leave the area. Oh, come on. There we go. I believe. Greymane actually backed right out of there. They're not going to be trying to grab that. Oh, no, I was like, why did they leave? And they didn't. Okay, it was grabbed up. I didn't realize that they were red on the map right there as I was trying to figure out our vision really, really quickly. But speaking of vision, let's go ahead and jump onto this as Galaxy Quest is going to meet the entire team. They're able to get the agility over the wall, and they won't be going down. Not going to be trading out just yet when it comes to kills, but we will be seeing talent here for a lot of these players. So I just never really see this icon, I feel. Huh. I feel like I never seen Uther pick that up. Okay. Sorry, I was a little bit like, huh, okay. All right, we'll see how what kind of value that brings to the table here. Veggies. That is going to be Veggies actually getting a nice Jet Propulsion onto Delta, who's going to get some autos thrown out from Chess Leader. There is a possibility if they go into that Worgen form to try and grab the kill, and they manage to do that exactly. They're going to try and zone these gems away, but ETC just goes ahead and gets the power slide right around the turn-in point, and they'll be able to pick those up, and no major loss when it comes to gems from either of these teams. And let's go ahead and jump over to the side of Vision for gillyShark, as they do have 15 out of their 50 necessary in the bank. We do see that there's there's the Jaina hearthing back to core. We are going to be having veggies getting thrown around a little bit by Brett Michaels, but Karma Tripson's got the heals and a little bit of poke as well. And then back down into bottom lane, we do have Ramadi versus What a Pal. And since the rotations are just going to be... I'm watching minimap as I'm saying this because I'm like, oh, they're probably not going to engage each other in these rotations. Let's watch the solo lane for a little bit. And I'm just like staring at the solo on the minimap like, are they going to be able to step forward onto this? Are they going to be going for any sort of further engagements? Not the case right now. They do have turn availability for both sides, and Galaxy Quest will get a few more gems in. Only 19 necessary on the side of Team Happy Cloud. What a Pal has all of theirs in. Greymane and Jaina will be going ahead and grabbing the Bruiser camp on the right-hand side, going to be able to get that pressure amounting for mid lane, but that gives time for Team Happy Cloud to go ahead and get their turn in. Ooh, look at this. They do see him coming in because the minion wave right there, and that was just something I wanted to highlight because they walked through that minion wave. They made a point to show in this rotation, but I think they were trying to bank on the fact that they weren't too far into this, and they also knew that they were on this camp because it was being leashed during an objective phase, and most objective phases in this game remove the camps from the map. You can actually see that there's no bruiser camps on the left or the right, there's no siege giants in the bottom, there's no boss in the top. Actually, there wouldn't be a boss yet because it's not 5 minutes into the game, but in 30 seconds you would have seen that. Regardless, Galaxy Quest in top lane is going to be pushing this in a little bit, trying to open this up further as for the boss to be able to move through this lane a little bit easier, but they respond and they'll only lose their front gate and a little bit of that tower. They back off and go into mid lane as this is going to be Karma Tripson going for the defense. All the web weavers have ended, but look at this rotation coming in. Are they going to be able to find themselves a kill? Brett Michaels with a huge power slide, got to lock a couple down. They managed to separate Stark from the friendly team, but they're not going to be able to pick up a kill. It's really, really good play coming out from both these teams at the start. I love this. Shark's on again. How lucky am I? Pog slides in chat for Joe, please. Thanks for coming by, bud. Ramadi in bottom lane is going to get chased out of here. Can they make it out? Do they have the ability? Okay. Nope. They got the Wraith Strike off, but I was like, all right, you're going to be on the opposing side. You're going to be near your gate. You're still going down, unfortunately. Blaze will be able to finish out the... I'm blanking on the name. Oh, my God. New habits. I had it on my tongue, and then I was just like, nope, fish brain's gonna kick in. Karma Tripson's working their way through that abundance at level 1, that circle of life at level 1. They're at 14 out of the 25. We do have Jaina on the Fingers of Frost at level 1 at 19 out of the 20, so gonna be able to get that 10% damage increase, as well as you have that mana regain, or that mana regen a little bit faster as well. Correct? Faster? Yes. And now she's going to also have that 10% damage increase, which 10% in this game, it's a lot. I mean, we just saw the explosive arrow being reduced as well. Okay, so maybe that wasn't. Maybe I have that number wrong, because it is still saying 60% right there, and I thought that's what it was before. Veggie's taking a lot of damage. The members of Team Happy Cloud are putting on so much pressure to gillyShark. It seems like they're constantly, I wouldn't say like on the back foot of this game, but they're just forcing them to respond a lot more to what Team Happy Cloud's doing. That's at least what it seems like in my perspective from Team Happy Cloud. The solo lane's been pretty passive between these two. Kind of just like, all right, you go clear. All right, I'm gonna go clear. Like, this is how I wish my solo lanes were. They never like that. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna just whittle you down the entire time, ignore my wave, and then I'm gonna get ganked. That's usually actually what happens to me and what I do. Yo, Mikey, thank you for the host. I appreciate that, my friend. Zergy, thank you for the pug slides. We do see the red web weavers coming out for the members of gillyShark. I wanted to note that they weren't too far off from the turn-in on the side of Team Happy Club. That's not the right combination of buttons to press. I think they had like 52 or something, and they were like, they have the turn availability, obviously, between the ETC and the the URL. Let's go ahead and actually cycle through some of the other numbers right now. We have our 10 talent tiers for both these teams, and it is pretty much what we expected and what we talked about in draft. The Jaina is going to be going into the Water Elemental trying to get some more damage out, is that it will be popped out, and they have this Red Web Weaver in top lane pushing in. Greymane is going to be in that Worgen form, trying to keep those stacks up, but they're not able to find something to auto-attack, so they're going to have to deal with that cool... Oh, that's such a feels bad moment, because you can see that they were going back to try and keep those stacks continuing to go up and up and up in their favor. Brett Michaels so very low, but they're not going to have the last rights thrown onto them. The other thing to consider too is that there's going to be a Divine Shield, so if there is any sort of last rights thrown out, that might be the counter. They're going to need to make sure that they're counting that timer on the Divine Shield for Ramadi, or even Romney just making sure that he's communicating with the team and convert, or telling them like, hey, did you see it in the last couple seconds? Is Uther around? Can they throw a D shield, and can I get this last right stack off? Because 5 seconds off your ultimate's huge, and you can go down to a total reduction. The total reduction can get you down to 15-second CD on your last rights. That is powerful and terrifying. All right, so it's 48 out of 55, but Galaxy Quest will be able to turn in those gems, and now we have a Web Weaver for the blue team. Let's see what they're able to do with it. I actually want to note, too, is we have Lifebinder for the Alexstrasza. That's something to kind of point out right there. ETC did a mosh at some point. There's 44 seconds on that. Might have been interrupted immediately. I didn't hear the little start to the heroic, but either way, blue Web Weavers coming into the lanes. Mid lane's going to be cleared out first. Top lane is a little far back, so I think that'll be their next thing to clear out, and they're doing this really quickly. Veggie not showing in lane either. Let's jump over to the vision for the members of the blue team and get an idea of what they're seeing and what they're deciding to do based on the vision what they have. Brett Michaels anchoring and just making sure that if anyone does rotate up, they've got that a little bit of CC, but Veggie's coming in for the flank. They're playing by their front gate, which is the best thing they could do. Bunker comes down as well. Sylvanas has the Banshees out, and they're able to disengage over this. No one going to be going down. Veggie's with the oil slick to slow them down further. Stark does have that water elemental. Oh my god, ETC with the perfectly timed knockback to make sure that Veggies doesn't connect onto Delta so they don't get that follow-up damage. And now the members of gillyShark losing their front gate and top lane, and a little bit of damage onto that fort will back off and go for the clear there. But unfortunately, due to all that chasing in top lane, Urel is going to be easily clearing out bottom, and that will be a fort in their favor on the side of Team Happy Cloud. Go ahead and just jump back over into the gillyShark vision really quickly and see how they're going to make this defense and what they're seeing as well. Malthael is down into bottom lane, clearing that out, and I think they would be showing on map. Urel is going to be in the mid lane position. I think that's only, they can only see that. Yeah, that's the vision of gillyShark right there. Is this Wailing Arrow did come out from the Sylvanas. She has the Banshees right out of there. Can they make anything happen with this? Veggie's also popped the Pyromanias. Chessler is trying to dive onto Brett Michaels, who does knock them away. Galaxy Quest is getting low. A lot of these members are getting whittled down, but no one going to be low enough for a kill just yet. I also want to note, too, I took last rights in a brawl that I was playing earlier, and I didn't realize they made the quality of life adjustment where there's a literal skull over a player's a player's body has a skull over it when you can get a last rights attack off, and it will kill them, which is, it's just an intuitive, wonderful thing. I love it. I love it so very much, and I'm glad that that's something that's in the game. I must have missed whenever that came in, but it's just really, really cool. What a Pal will be clearing out this camp into bottom lane, but there's going to be the rotation coming in from gillyShark. They might have seen this. They actually bring a couple members down here. Circle of Life will be finished out by the Alexstrasza as well, so they're going to be easily able to have that regeneration globe pop up every single time the abundance does get procced. But Stark is going to go ahead and get the turn in right there. Siege Giants are going to be in favor for the members of Team Happy Cloud. What can gillyShark do with this? Can they get a second fort here? Can they get both of the forts and open up this map a little bit further? They've got Siege Giants that are in the bottom lane, so I would expect them to maybe think that that's kind of moot because it's just going to be held back for so very long. So much damage into Brett Michaels, and the Dragon Queen's going to be popped. Hanzo with the Dragon Arrow as well, just to get the stun and to slow them down a little bit further. It was kind of point blank, so you do only get that short duration stun. Not going to have increased time onto that, but what if how would be dove on? That's going to be the Ardent Defender used as well, as they're taking so much damage, but they're just absorbing all of it. A little bit premature on the Jet Propulsion, trying to catch her, and also I like that use of the bunker right there, trying to lock them in. A few members will jump in also here just to grab themselves a little bit of armor that will dissipate over time, but it's just nice to be able to have that extra armor in case the enemy team does try and step up onto you while you're also waiting for the Web Weaver to push up in lane. Looks like they're going to be rotating up into top lane. Nope, they're not going to be. I thought they were going to be trying to go into top lane for that Urel, but they do get the fort in the mid lane. Bottom lane does have the Siege Giants cleared out, and they could potentially go down here and make something happen with this. I'm not sure. They might posture just to go for back-to-back Web Weavers because they were pretty close to it, and if I'm not mistaken, they actually should have it. If my caster math is right, they've got it. Which is just me looking at numbers and saying, yeah, that looks like enough. That's been around forever? Okay. I haven't played enough Malthael, apparently. I honestly, I just noticed it today. But I also don't play a ton of Malthael, so maybe that's the reasoning for it. It was a little I was playing. I was like, that nice. Thank God. This is so great. I'm in a brawl. I can look for that little skull and just press R into them, and then their Tyrael will use Sanctification every single time. Just rude. Brett Michaels going to take a lot of damage. That's going to be Malthael diving in. The D shield was used as well. They're waiting for that to oh. I was thinking that they were going to wait for that to dissipate and just go ahead and throw the last right stacks, because that would have gotten ETC, because I believe it utilizes whatever missing health you have as the damage, and obviously if the bar's below 50, which it is right there, it is going to be getting that kill. Now let's go ahead and see what we get right now with this Web Weaver coming in, as well as this camp pushing in through mid lane. That's going to be a lot of damage onto Bret Michaels, but they're going to be able to sustain through that and get healing from the Uther as well. Power Slide coming through. They do have that Mosh Pit up and available if they want to try and go for a big wombo. They do have the Divine Shield up in 55 seconds, and everything, just about everything, is off cooldown for the members of gillyShark. They're just waiting on that Water Elemental for Stark on the Jaina. Bret Michaels is going to get stunned out, as well as Galaxy Quest. What a Pal going to be diving in here as well, and that's going to be a zoning Mosh, but the Lacerates go out, and they get the pick right there. Delta steps forward for some healing. Unfortunately, that might have been a little bit of a bait from their own ETC. Ferret is going to get chased by Chest Looter on the right-hand side, but they get the Banshees over the top wall. Meanwhile, in top lane, we do have a Web Weaver still coming in and just crashing into that top lane keep. Still pretty healthy up there as well. It is below 50%, but they have a huge wave coming in right there. And can gillyShark end it right now? They've got one dead on the opposing side. It's 16 to 16 in talent tiers. Looks like they're not going to be trying to end it just yet. They got themselves 2 keeps. They're going to back off and go for the boss. Let's cycle through the numbers once again, as they have probably changed throughout that entire siege, and we'll be able to catch this boss while I chug water. Wait, really? That's super useful. Yeah. You don't have to do math anymore. Oh no, so here's the thing. During the Web Weaver phase, this goes away. Zool rules. There's no, you don't see these numbers anymore. So that's why I pulled up our, oh no. This, yes, wait, hold on, sorry, I'm trying not to miss the fight. Last rights, the D shield goes out just in time. Whew, I hit 6 instead of control 6 trying to show that. Delta is gonna be picked off though in the trade. Just persistent death noise right there, okay. gillyShark are gonna be working their way into this core right now, as they do pick up the boss as well. Bret Michaels is going to be finished out on that pacify from Alexstrasza. Veggies is looking for something in the backline, and they're just going to be forcing them back into the Nexus. This is going to be boss at less than 50% health in a second, and so this is what I was talking about. Zool rules in the bottom right here. You do not have those numbers anymore. So I was trying to, like, maybe, can we see it? It's going to be Alexstrasza with the Lifebinder going out as well, and the core goes down. It looks like we're going to be having game number 1 over to the side of gillyShark. GG. Well played. Yo, guys, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. Yeah. So that was the only reason I was doing the math really quickly, is because I was just like, that's that. I wish it didn't go away. The grumbles were the boss's tummy. He hungry. He hungry for the core, and he's obviously going to be able to get it. That was a really, really good match right there. Let me get a message out to the team and find out what they want to do. Okay. We'll find out what they want to do in just a second. GG's coming through as well. Thank you all for cheering on these teams and checking out some wonderful games. They want to go for that. Okay. There is... Nope. Yep. Okay. I'll show talents once more, as we're just setting up lobby stuff. Okay. 6 kill game, yeah. That is the gray main. Go for the throw audible, letting everyone know he got a kill this time before he can use go for the throw again. Okay. Cool. I know what the map is. Let me go ahead and update some stuff in the background while we get these teams in here. Okay, there's that. Let's actually make the lobby. Let me update scores. Oops. Also, everyone, do not forget, we have another match after this one. We're going to be having a Division D West matchup between the members of the Baddest Dudes versus versus Clouded Minds. Let's get all the teams in here. Invite to game. And I need to do one more thing in the background. That's what I had to do. Okay. Oh, all the swapping. All right, cool. thank you for hanging out. If you are new to the stream, I do a lot of casting here, typically Monday through Thursday. I will be casting starting not this weekend, but the following. I will be casting for the Tespa Collegiate series on Saturdays. No, well, it kind of flops all over the place, but it's Saturday and Sunday here and there, and it's going to be over the next like 9 weeks or so. Actually, it might be 10 weeks. I don't know what the schedule is off the top of my head. I have to go double check on that one. I know I have to miss one weekend because I'll be in Detroit for a wedding, but definitely you want to check those out. And that might change up our stream schedule. We might start taking Mondays off just to kind of relax after that. Those are long stints of casting. And it's just kind of hard. It's nice to have one day off after, you know, being on for the weekend. So, but yeah, we'll be getting those. It's true. Those Bahamut, Rayman has a continued growl until Go for the Throat second cooldown is finished. Audible bug? Interesting. Alrighty, let's see if the teams are ready. We'll give them another Twitch link, and teams are... Optimal Greymane play is getting 1 kill just before the core dies. Maximum growl time. Oh, I forgot to give Hat. Hats are underrated. Cool. All right, let's get going. Give him a spooky worm. That's all set. That's all set. Let's go ahead and push the button. Everybody, I hope you're ready for it. We're going to be going into game number 2. Let's find out who's going to be able to take it on... I got to work on that timing again. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming series where I have not updated the information correctly. There we go. Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming series. I am going to be your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Team Happy Cloud down 1 game in our best of 3 series, and we have on the right gillyShark up 1, trying to take a 2-0 domination on Infernal Shrines. And if you're sitting at home and you just got some wonderful, wonderful dinner, and you're sitting there and you're like, wait, why are we on Infernal Shrines? How is it game? I got you. Don't worry. It's okay. Just relax. The home team this evening is going to be Team Happy Cloud. They lost the coin flip, giving the default win over to gillyShark, so I guess you can call that winning a coin flip in a sense. BOE and Braxis Holdout were banned out by them as they opted for map pick priority in game number 1, while Sky and Alterac were banned out by the members of Team Happy Cloud. Tomb of Spider Queen was the first map chosen by gillyShark, and they won that. They opted for first pick priority in game number 2 on the side of Team Happy Cloud, and we're going to be going to Infernal Shrines for our game number 2 in our first best of 3 series. Thank you all for joining me as we get through our ban phase, looking pretty similar from the first one. We are going to be seeing a Tyrande being changed out for an Alexstrasza, though. As I'm seeing a Nova trash can sniper emote, and I'm wondering what that means. And they respond. Oh, sniped. All right, they're taking the Tyrande, is what they're trying to say. I was just like, huh. Perfect timing. Just joined in time for the how we got here. It worked out perfectly, KPB. I was just waiting for you. Thanks for coming by, friend. I hope you're having a wonderful night. So this Tyrande will be picked up on the left-hand side, so we'll see what kind of stuns and sort of blow up they try to put together with that. That is going to be Tyrael. I need a pirate jingle for my stream deck. Please, if you're in my Discord server and you know a good pirate jingle so I can have a Juice Pirates or just some sort of sound clip for Juice Pirates, please, because I can see the Jolly Roger in the distance. He's snoring and growling, and I was just like, are you okay? It's adorable. Gul'dan and Garrosh will be picked up here on the left-hand side. My apologies. As we do see this Tyrande, Gul'dan, Garrosh. I like that. I like that a lot. Anyone trying to step forward into the Garrosh, you can get thrown around. You have Gul'dan for some great poke and some great shrine clear. I like the emotes just going back and forth right now between these players. We are getting into our ban phase, and they're going to go ahead and get rid of the Thrall. Looks like they don't want... Do we see Lieutenant Morales ban? Zero Stark ban, Smork. This is a great map for... Yeah, there it is. Okay. They see the pirate ship coming and they're like, nah, we're good. We don't want any sort of juice pirates this evening. But that's going to be a Brightwing picked up and a Malthael as well. So far, they don't have a hero for Stark, I don't think. He used to play Tyrael, but I think Veggies plays Tyrael now for the team. This bandit like his bark box. You have no idea, Mikey. You have no idea how much he loved that bark box yesterday. He destroyed 2 of the toys, and while I was Skyping with my parents, he was playing with the last one that's still alive. It's the little, I think it's like too big for him, that's why, because it's the giant like slushy looking thing. I gave him the giant treat that they give you in the box. Like there's one singular big like bone or something like that, and I gave that to him yesterday on stream, and he loved that one. And then he loves the all the new cookies that we have and stuff. So he's pumped about it. He definitely loves it, and we're gonna be giving those once a month, and we'll do them on stream. Yo, Skipmo, how's it going, bud? Thanks for coming by. Hanzo and Dahaka were the last 2 pickups on the left-hand side. I really like that right there. Dahaka for the solo lane, be able to get the brush talk in and dive onto some of those backline members and potentially blow them up. I swear to God, if this is a butcher, I'll lose my... The chat behind me. Hold on. This is what I see. I see a little butcher emote, and I was like, this is a troll. This is a troll. When did they come monthly? I'd have to check on that. I think they come in the beginning of the month. I have to double check. But let's talk about this butcher. Hello? He did it. The mad lad. Yeah, they're actually even the opposing team. Some, yo. I'll tweet them and tag you. Maybe we can get a sponsor. I've actually been tweeting at them recently. They actually responded to one of them, and I said, hey, sponsor me. And they're like, it's not out of the question. I think what I want to do first is I want to prioritize working on partner. And then after I reach partner, to reach out and try and do exactly that. Stark trolling? You really think it's trolling? You think it's trolling? Here's your Butcher Joe. That's it. We're going to transition off of that. Here's your Butcher Joe. On the left-hand side, we got the members of Team Happy Cloud. What a Pal is going to be on the Dahaka. Galaxy Quest will be on the Hanzo. Ferret was going to be on that Gul'dan. Brett Michaels is going to be on the Garrosh. And rounding out the team, we have just Delta on the Tyrande. I'm just so blown away by this butcher. On the right-hand side, we got the members of gillyShark up 1 in our best of 3 series. Ramadi on the Malthael, Kymo Tripson going to be on the Brightwing. We have Veggies on the Tyrael, Chestlooter going to be on the Greymane, and on the butcher, riding in through mid lane, we're going to be having Stark. I'm so excited about this. I hope you are as well. Let's find out how this works out. Fell Flame, actually. Excuse me, Pursuit of Flame. At level 1 for Gul'dan. This is actually the old talent that we used to see. Due to the fact that you were able to clear out the shrines so quickly. Because it's a very low cooldown ability as well, and you just constantly throw out Fell Flames. Wait, why is Butcher in top? Why aren't they in rotations? Unless they're trying to just bait What a Pal? We're gonna hang out here. I know I can see them grouping up on the minimap down there, but I think there's just one player. There's just the Tyrael down there, so they're not gonna be doing anything. Okay, no, they are gonna be rotating. They're gonna be doing some I was about to be like, there's no way. There's no way. Stark, you are my boy. Padding the hero pool numbers? Yeah, actually. I don't think Division A's had a Butcher game ever. No joke or troll. Butcher is our secret strat. Secret strat. This is what they're gonna be winning. Oh, hold on. That's Garrosh just getting they're gonna get the combo right there, as they do also have the Warbreaker at 1. I'm a little disappointed that there's no questing talent at level 1 for the Tyrande picked up, or even I don't think it exists actually. Because that would have just been a whole team with level 1 questing talents, which would have been funny. Little things. Either way, we are going to be continuing to see our rotations between lanes. We're going to also be seeing the solo laners just kind of work their way through this experience. We do have the Autopale Horse for Malthael, and something to note as well with that Autopale Horse is that they're going to be having that 150 movement speed, mount speed, and that extra 20% comes from the Autopale Horse at level 1. You can see that they picked that up right there, as we do have Brightwing into the phase shift build so far as well. We're going to be entering our fours in just a moment, and we're not too far off from our first objective as well. We might see teams break off for these bruiser camps on the left and the right hand side very soon. They do want to try and grab those as the Punisher will be popping up. Granted, this is going to be a top lane Punisher, and that's the same lane as said Bruiser Camp. Sorry, I stammered there for a second because I just looked over at Gul'dan, and he has 2 stacks of Pursuit of Flame, which That's a lot of denial coming out from gillyShark to be able to avoid those. That's a charge in from the Butcher. That's going to be the phase shift in from the right wing as well. They're looking for a kill. They're trying to get those extra blood from the Gul'dan, and that will be the first kill in favor for the members of gillyShark. 55 stacks for the Butcher as the Impaler camp pushes in, and they're just like, oh... This just... Into deep run Butcher? Okay, thank you, Siege. There's been quite a few Butchers. Okay, thank you, Ryokai. I honestly, I was like, I didn't expect it. Ramadi's gonna get thrown around in mid, gonna try and make their way out, but they don't have anything else. They've burnt. Whoa, they're gonna get some little self-healing. Galaxy with the last little bits of damage. Siege camp is gonna be picked up on the right-hand side of our map. Nothing in the bottom lane. I was wondering if they were going to be going into that, but this is going to be first objective picked up, or excuse me, at least started by the members of Team Happy Cloud. Okay, sorry, I just want to make sure I saw something in the Division 8 chat about THC, and I want to make sure it wasn't pertaining to this, and it's not. Looks like gillyShark are going to be doing what I've seen them do for quite a few Infernal Shrines maps. They're just going to be giving over first objective. They really, really don't care what... They don't really care about it, it seems. We are currently just looking at the vision of Ramadi as well, that Malthael player, just to get an idea of what they're seeing as they are going to be grabbing that camp in bottom lane. 30 skeletal defenders were picked up on this on this top lane. Malthael sitting in the bush. Let's swap over to their vision as well on the opposing side, get an idea of what they're seeing. A few members in mid lane, and yeah, they're just going to continue to push this in a little bit. They're just kind of ignoring the first Punisher in a sense. Let's look at some of the other numbers as 7 talent tiers are going to be popping up. And we'll check those out right afterwards. Sorry, I was just making sure I did not miss out on this top lane as well. I'm watching bottom lane as well because it looks like we are going to be seeing the Butcher staying down there going up against the Dahaka, and they need to play a little bit safe. They don't want to be losing out on their stacks. They currently are sitting pretty good. I think if I remember correctly, they're nearing 100, as this will be the fort, taking a lot of damage. Punisher does go down. That's a lot of value from the first Punisher coming out in favor for the members of Team Happy Cloud. Meat acquired. I never get notifications that you're streaming now. Wait, what? Why is that, Miss Windup Bird? Also, how you doing, friend? Thanks for coming by. I hope we're having a wonderful night. Is the little bell, like, crossed off in the top of the screen? That's the only thing. Oh, you might be able to turn off the... There might be, like, notification settings on your mobile device, if that's the issue. I'm not sure. Twitch is weird. It was telling me earlier that there's a new creator dashboard, and I can be the first one to one of the few people to preview it or something like that, and it just takes me to a blank page, which is great. But that's going to be a nice tongue drag onto Malthael, and they managed to pick up a kill right there, and that is also going to be slowing down the momentum coming out from the members of gillyShark. But this was a camp picked up by them, so this is just going to be cleared out before he even gets into the lane. We are going to be seeing our stats pop up, or excuse me, our talents pop up in just a second here, so we'll get an idea of what that Butcher stack looks like. But they don't have the glowing glaive, or the glowing axe, I guess you can call it, so they're not going to be finished out just yet. Charge goes out onto that Garrosh, and they're just now trying to work their way right out of there. They managed to get the speed boost from material as well. Here's a big thing to note, too. Ramadi did go for Touch of Death. I was like, no one can stop death. No, that's a different talent. So it's something to keep in mind that if they get that mark onto multiple people or multiple heroes, they're going to be able to reduce that healing coming into them, and they could potentially, for example, if Dahaka is getting really low and they try and pop that essence and they don't realize that they have that touch of death mark on them, they're not going to be seeing probably any of that essence come through in their favor. Miss Windup Bird, thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime here. Thank you so much for the 2 months of support. I will resend your alert when we get out of this. Also, Eric 2004 ever, thank you so much for the follow as well, my friend. I appreciate that. Sorry about it. I'm sorry for missing it. Is playing Butcher allowed if veggies is on your team? Siege. It's plant-based pseudo-meat. He just gets half stacks from Impossible Burgers, that's all. So he just has to eat like 400 of them to get full stacks. They want Butcher so bad? A little bit. They're not diving crazy deep for it, but they are trying to make some aggressive plays happen, so that way that they can try and reduce all of that all that stacking. There we go. I wanted to say like healing. I'm like, no, it's blood, and I don't know, just couldn't say it. Either way, second objective will be popping up here. I'm looking through the quest, or not the quest and talents, the heroics as well, trying to see if there's anything notable. I mean, we are going to be having Lambda Slaughter for the Butcher, Emerald Wind for the Brightwing, so they can go for the upgrade at level 20, which is going to be like, I think it's like a 5-second cooldown, but it's a 20 it's a 200 mana cost on it, so it just burns through all your, oh my god, the Lambda Slaughter thrown onto the Gul'dan, who's actually going to be marked, and they do end up staying alive. Horrify comes out, but the Sanctification is just going to be nullifying that completely. Last Rites goes on to Brett Michaels, who doesn't go down just yet, and they're able to walk out of that one. Emerald Wind will be procced as well, but there's so much poison damage thrown out from that Gul'dan. They still steal away the camp, as the Shrine is going to be activatable in bottom lane. Really, really great way of them spreading themselves across this map and taking some aggressive plays themselves on the side of gillyShark, and not just saying like, all right, we got to get this Butcher to 200 and then we'll play aggressive, much like how you kind of see some Medivh teams and some Kael'thas teams. Yes, some Kael'thas teams go for a convection and they play around that whole stacking, and that's absolutely fine. You can go ahead and do that, and then the aggression comes out then. Mana Addict a little bit stronger, but we can argue about that till we're blue in the face. Imagine eating 400 Impossible Burgers. That might be impossible. Garrosh saved the heck out of Gul'dan. That throw, oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, yes. This is going to be looking like it's the objective going over in favor for the members of Team Happy Cloud. Let's actually jump over to their vision really quickly, get an idea of what they're seeing as they are going to be on this point. Let's jump to someone who doesn't have any questing talents really quickly. What a Pal is going to be our person for that. And now, members of gillyShark are stepping in. Garrosh is going to be throwing a couple of members around, but they get just charged right into their face. That it's going to be the Warlord's Challenge coming out as well. Last Rites does rip the soul away, and they end up going down right there. And that will be a stack for the Maltheo. Horrify comes out as well, but I don't think it got the value they were looking for. I didn't see anyone walk away. They might have just completely missed it. Hanzo with a big old arrow, and that's going to be Dahaka trying to step in and get one of those lower health pool heroes, but the Emerald Wind will be just enough. They do not get the objective on the side of gillyShark. They managed to pick this up on the side of Team Happy Cloud. Ferret with these Fel Flames are just so powerful, and this is what I was talking about. They've also got the Dahaka and the Hanzo with the explosive arrow build, so they've got a lot of great AoE and a lot of ranged poke to be able to pick up these skeletal defenders while not having to be in the objective arena, or I guess the shrine, if you will. We should just call these objective arenas from now on. That's way better. 13 talent tier to 12 in favor for the members of Team Happy Cloud, and their momentum is really starting to swing in their favor. This is going to be Chess Leader taking a lot of damage from the Punisher, but they back out just in time. Looking up just really quickly into top lane, up to Stark, 192 stacks. They can rotate into mid and potentially finish that out once that wave comes in. This is also going to be the bottom lane fort going down and the Punisher out as well. Butcher's so very close. You get like this is the most nerve-wracking part of being a Butcher, I would say. It's like you're approaching the last little bit of your stacks, and you're gonna try and Dahaka just used the burrow. That's going to be, they're trying to use the tunneling claws, and they're able to get out of there just in time. Ooh. That's a scare, and there it is. All right, Butcher is fully stacked, and then what a pal! Just the yikes in chat. 13 to 13 in our levels. We'll preview the stats in just a second here. Tyrael was being dragged while the Horrify went down. Ah, thank you so much. Chess Leader tanking objective. Pretty much, yeah. Just Punisher just sitting there, just like fists into face of Greymane and just like, it's okay, guys. I'm fine. Sentinel going to be coming through here as well. Let's go ahead and jump over to the vision for What a Pal and just get an idea of what this team is seeing once again. They did have that Sentinel, so they had a little bit of a peek as to where the positioning was. I like the use of the Groundbreaker right there. They find themselves a Veggies that's going to be the Lambda Slaughter onto this Gul'dan. They're trying to deny any sort of Horrify being used. It does go out right there, separating a few members, but Maltheo is going to be going down. Pursuit of Flame was also finished right at the 11-minute mark right there, and so they'll be having the increased AoE as well as, I'm missing, I think it's just AoE, right? Or I guess, yeah, increased radius by 10%. You can see right there how further out that goes, as well as how kind of big. And then Romney with the response, yikes. Oh my god, I love this. I love this. These two teams are putting on a great game for all of us right now, as we are going to be seeing this mid lane engagement continuing to press in for the members of Team Happy Cloud. Can they get this 16? Can the members of gillyShark deny anything? So far, they're going to be losing a mid lane fort, and I would say a top lane fort as well. Is the Butcher pick in the late game falling off for them? That's going to be the Indomitable used as well, so they don't get stunned out. I can't do those things. Like, I'm always blown away when players players are able to do that so very effectively. Hog CC chain couldn't get sank off. Couldn't take sword back either. The Eldruns might just not being able. Yeah. Team Happy Cloud catching their stride, I think, in this game number 2. I didn't want to get a piece of ice with that, but all right. Sorry, I'm trying to. I've been cooling off some tea because it's just way too hot in this room. And whenever I'd throw ice in it as well, and then a giant chunk almost went down my throat, so I had to mute my mic really quickly as I was having a coughing fit. Kaimo trips in with the Emerald Wind as they're waiting for the friendly team to get in here. The cleanse goes out, but it's not enough. Warlord's Challenge just connect onto Romany. They find themselves a Hanzo counterkill. That's going to be the Starfall coming out as well. What a pal with the brush stalk into the backline. Who are they going to be going for? Looks like they're going to try and go for the tongue drag, but Romany with the 200 IQ. Oh man, that was really, really good. Wraith Strike. I couldn't think of the term right there, but that was just really. I don't know if it was just so well timed out to be able to deny the tongue drag like that. Charge comes out from the Butcher right now, and they're going to be able to work their way further into this. They don't have Lambda Slaughter for the next 60 seconds. They're going to get dragged into this front gate, and Veggies is going to put on the aggression as well. Objective is still up and available, but Malthael gets traded out in the top lane, so it's going to end up being a 2-for-3 trade, mostly in favor for the members of Team Happy Cloud. They're going to start this Mortar Punisher and have that begin to summon all these skeletal defenders. Ferret knows that they can do a decent amount of work with this. Let's actually jump over to the vision for the blue team, get an idea of what they're seeing, because they know that Veggies is here. They can see Kaimo Tripson right there, and look at this Gul'dan positioning. This is something take into your own games. Like, if you're watching this and you go to Infernal Shrines and you get bodied on the shrine, play in your safe area. You know, this is your alley where you can be kind of safe. Once you see the enemy team start to come around, play around this little rock right now. Make sure that you're on the opposing side. Especially if you're a Gul'dan, you're going to be able to throw in this Fel Flame, especially also because you have that increased radius. Look how far out that goes. You can be really, really far away from the friendly team to be able to do that. Veggie's taking a lot of damage. Sanctification does come out. That is going to be the brush stalk coming in from the Dahaka, but they might have just said hello to the entire team. Tongue drag. I don't know if it would have connected, but still being denied by the Emerald Wind right there. And this is going to be majority of the skeletal defenders in favor for the members of Team Happy Cloud. And the mini map right now, I'm glancing over at it. There's going to be a lot of stacked up waves in bottom and mid. They'll have to deal with that soon. Starfall coming out. Horrify was out. Excuse me. The Warlord's Challenge will be there. That was the Sanctification on top of it. Hero goes down, and they're going to try and get the explosion. That's going to be Gul'dan and the Garrosh and the Tyrande going out, and they trade out the Butcher and the Malthael. It's a 3-for-3 trade. Kaimo Tripson trying to keep the friendly member alive as What a Pal and Galaxy Quest are just. Oh, that's a really good phase shift right there to get a big old amount of healing. But once again, the AoE attacks, the Gul'dan, like all of that is so strong that they're able to consistently pick up these Punishers even when they are on the losing side of I would say the losing side of that fight in a sense. Yes, Bloodbath, good. Much Bloodbath, very enjoy. Kaimo Tripson's going to anchor that jump right there. They'll pull this over into the top area. Once again, the reason they're doing this is because they're trying to keep it away from the well. That way that the towers are going to be doing the shots as well as the keep onto the Punisher. You kind of have this triangle where you're trying to keep it right in this middle. And then the reason you also see teams try and bait it into another lane. So say this top lane keep goes down and they're trying to, and you see the team trying to pull it over to this mid lane keep. They're not trying to get it to attack the keep. They're just trying to pull it over here so that it doesn't go to the core immediately. And then the keep keeps attacking the Punisher, and that buys you a little bit more time while you are able to then consistently whittle it down. So just a little thing right there. If you ever see teams doing that and you're like, wait, why are they, it never leashes to that keep, stop going there. It's because they just want the damage and they want to potentially be able to burn it down safer away from the core, and it also kind of denies the enemy team from stepping forward onto that keep because it's a very, very difficult position if you're starting to move over into here and your path of retreat is so very far because this gate is usually still up. I apologize for missing it. I was watching the minimap and I was like, no one's going to go down while I ramble about nothing. No, Material's gonna go down right there. 11-7 when it comes to kills. Definitely a more different game than we had in our first when it comes kill-wise. The other thing to note, too, is look at what they're doing right now. We can see that the next Punisher, a Frozen Punisher, will be in the bottom lane. So they say, hey, we got the Tyrael down. Let's go ahead and push out this bottom. We have an Impaler camp with us as well that allows us to meet... That means that if they're able to pick up this next Punisher, they're going to easily be able to walk this to core rather than having to deal with the Keep or the front gate or any of that. They'll also be having consistent catapult pressure coming out from their side now. The Keep will now spawn a catapult every single wave, whereas if you have just the fort down, you're going to be seeing a catapult periodically, meaning every third wave. Sentinel goes out once again. I think they might have been scouting out for Stark right there, as it's 20-19 in our levels. 220 stacks on this Butcher. They're playing it real safe. I mean, they're using abilities to face check or to check bushes. They don't want to face check bushes themselves. And the enemy team, they're also going to be kind of playing this a little bit on the sly side, I guess I could call it. They're only really showing their Dahaka. They're only showing their Garrosh here and there. They might have actually not shown this mid lane. The rest of the team will be grabbing that camp as they can kind of deduce as they're not in lane. They have to be doing that. Oh. Wait. Oh, I thought someone had to leave, and I just saw the okay bye. Hanzo Gul'dan on core is kind of not so good. That's fair. They gotta win a 2020 fight. Yeah, they're waiting for it too. You can see that gillyShark is turtling up really hard for this. They don't want to stagger out of death. Like Brett Michaels, look at the aggressive. Like that's the speed boost. They're putting him into this corner. Warlord's challenge, tongue drag to follow up. Yeah, that's exactly what they didn't want to deal with, and they unfortunately had to. They do use the passive to explode that mid lane right there, as they do have a Impaler camp coming in right there, Siege camp through the top lane, excuse me, Shaman camp through the top lane. That's going to be cleared out really quickly, but now mid lane will be opened up as well. We do have another shrine popping up, as noted before. It's a Frozen Punisher. Gul'dan not memeing hard enough to melt core. AoE Lamb to win most, yeah, Slaughterhouse. Chains all enemies and heroes in range. Oh boy. We actually have the Haunt, excuse me. Bullseye as well? Okay. That's a confident pickup. Titanic Might as well. That's a good one. And then I think it's Contagion as well. Yeah, they're giving this over. They're gonna defend. They've end game, please. What do you mean, Ryokai? Are you rooting for Team Happy Cloud? Is that what you're trying to say? Veggie, blow up Catus next time.
Team has summoned a Frozen Punisher.
I don't know, like I was actually looking at that and I was like, what would I go for? I think I would have gone for the minion wave myself. That's what I think I would have done. All right, we've seen the 20 talent tiers for a while. Let's actually pull this away. Let's get the fight on the screen. Stark in the back line. Scatter arrows are going out. They know that they're setting up for this, and they're splitting a little bit on the side of gillyShark. They need to make sure that they're not going to get split apart. Warlord challenge. Here's the big blow-up potential. They're going to be throwing two members right there. They get a stun. That's going to be Butcher in the backline trying to shred through. They also have that Lamb Slaughter on a couple members. They're going to be losing the Garrosh on the left-hand side of our screen. Tunneling Claws from Wotapal. Oh my god, the Emerald Wind from the right wing is going to be enough to force them away. Dahaka goes down. So the stasis from Kaimo trips in just in time. Romity's trying to steal away life, and they will be going down. Malthael has bought back, but look at Core. It's starting to fall. The Punisher jumps over. I don't know if they are able to do this defense in time. The Punisher's able to do it. The GGs are going to be called, and this is going to be game number 2 going over to the members of Team Happy Cloud. They even this out and take us to game 3. GG, well played. No, Baja, I'm rooting for good HOTS play. Good. So that's all we have here. Once again, Miss Windup-Bird, thank you so much for the 2 months of support. I really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
I will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribe.
All right, I'm just going to find out from the teams what they want as we're just showing some stats. Sad for Butcher, but awesome to see him. GG. You got some good value. Oh. Okay. All right. No cream. All right, we'll show talents really quickly. I'm just trying to chug water. Alrighty. Whew, welcome back, everybody. Bandit is severely tired after that second game. A very good back and forth. I just clicked on Haunted Mines by accident, and it makes me really miss the map. I know like people like I think a lot of people hate that map, but I honestly thought it was just such a cool map and such a cool idea. I don't know, maybe because it's also like Forever Halloween on that map in a sense, so that's part of my reason for loving it, but either way, we are going to be loading into our next lobby here in just a second. I'm just getting the teams in here, and then we will be underway for our game number 3 and our first best of 3 series of the evening. Just so you all know, we do have one more best of 3 after this one. It's going to be the baddest dudes versus not Team Happy Cloud, Clouded Minds, another cloud type team. And I'm super excited about that one because Weenus usually picks all the wrong talents, and I like to shame him on stream. When we cast Div D, we here for fun. I would totally go to Haunted Mines. Let's do it. Oh my god, what a pal. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Didn't you see all the meat? I'm always rooting for more games. I agree. There was a butcher in that game? Yikes, Siege. Porky, how do I coach? Alrighty, they're gonna load in here in just a second. Let me update all my tools as well. Make sure that that's checked, and we have this and this. Alrighty. I don't know. Is gillyShark undefeated? I know they've had a couple. I miss Haunted Mines. Okay, because I feel like anytime I bring it up, people are just like, Haunted Mines is trash, blah, blah, blah. Or the same kind of reaction they get for like Blackheart's Bay. I like Blackheart's Bay because I think it's just a funny, fun map. I get why people hate it. I get why the people also hate Sky Temple as well. And Hanamura. But, I don't know. I think it's quirky. It's fun. I like it. They're great. All right. All right. We got readies, we got buttons, we pushed them, we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and jump into our final game number 3 map in this first best of 3 series. We're going to... Welcome back to the Nexus Gaming series. I am your captain. I'm your caster this evening, Bahamut. We're going to be getting into our game number 3 in our first best of 3 series of the evening. This is going to be Team Happy Cloud on the left-hand side and gillyShark on the right. We are going to be going to Cursed Hollow. And if you're sitting at home and you just ordered some delicious Taco Bell and you finished streaming potentially, let's go ahead and find out what those maps were. As I'm completely unprepared for this, as I worked on the segment and I was like, no, it's not going to transition just right. Anyways, the home team this evening is going to be Team Happy Cloud. They lost the coin flip. gillyShark won by default in a sense, so I guess that's winning. And they opted for map pick priority in game number 1. They banned out Battlefield of Eternity and Braxis Holdout. Volskaya and Alterac Pass were banned out by the members of Team Happy Cloud. Tomb of the Spider Queen was the first map chosen by gillyShark and won by them. They opted for first pick in game number 2 on the side of Team Happy Cloud, so Infernal Shrines was chosen by gillyShark and lost by them. We do see gillyShark choosing map pick priority in game number 3, and they have chosen to take us to Cursed Hollow. Let's go ahead and jump back into our draft and see what this looks like, and they're taking no chances. They are taking 0 chances. Oh, Captain Mike. Yes, I am your stream captain, Bahamut. Undefeated in matches, dropped some games. Thank you, Ryokai. We are undefeated, only dropped 3 maps with the last game. Okay. Wow. Ghost Bear, how you doing, bud? Thank you for coming by. Sorry. My biggest issue with the map was that it pulled your team out of the lanes and away from experience so that anyone drafted Asma Vikings or Abathur would have a significant advantage. That's fair. Oh, thank God, I was just... Hector, how you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by. I hope we're having a great night. Everyone, I hope you're all having wonderful evenings. Let's go ahead and break down this draft a little bit as we are going to be getting into this. We could see the Toronto first pick once again coming out from the members of Team Happy Cloud. It was really strong for them in that first map, and we also get a lot of value with the Sentinel vision provided. But they're going to be going for the Jaina on the first pick. Might be seeing a Rainer come out from that just to see that synergy with the Ace in the Hole plus the Jaina Cold, or we see the Greymane where that kind of is a great synergy right there. But they're going to opt for that Toronto themselves on the side of gillyShark. What are they going to grab in their 2 slot? Typically, we see a main tank just to kind of have that locked in and ready to go. And maybe they just go for... No, they're going to go for the Greymane. So I think they're looking at this and saying Jaina could be paired into Greymane or Rainer. Let's go ahead and prioritize the Greymane over the Rainer. And I like it. I think Greymane offers so much more into... so many different fields as well. I mean, he can solo in, he can camp, he can team fight, he can be in a group, he can do whatever. He's a good boy. Greymane's just a good boy, and he's all around great to have on your team. Diablo will be picked up with a Rhaegar. Wow, they're going for... Are they just going for a big old wombo, or are they going to be using Lightning Breath? Because you could go for Apocalypse Ring of Frost, or you could go for like Water Elemental and Lightning Breath, and then maybe the Rhaegar is going to be there for the Ancestor Healing for those kind of sketchy moments where Lightning Breath is, you're standing still and the enemy team decides to start bodying into you. We are going to be getting into the ban phase right now once again for our second ban phase, and they need a solo laner. They could be getting get rid of something like the Dahaka, but they're going to go for the Imperius. Okay. Imperius does some changes come through as well, and I think they tried to kind of pull him back to further up in the match. Or in the meta, not the match. In the match, we're going to be seeing an Abathur being banned out, and I don't think anyone currently in the gillyShark roster plays Abathur, so we are going to be seeing a Zeratul popping out. That's a lot of damage. and a lot of setup as well. God, that tongue. Can we just put like a bandit blocker over just Zeratil's face really quickly? Dahaka is going to be picked up as well, so they're going to be having that for the solo lane. Also going to be having a global threat on the table as well, so they're going to be able to throw that in the bottom lane and then be able to brush talk up and dive onto maybe a Jaina in the back line or into the Rhaegar. Last 2 picks will be coming out from Team Happy Cloud. I like a Leoric into the Dahaka potentially, or they go into a global and maybe look into like a Falstead or something. That's definitely a possibility as well. There's the Falstead, and they're going to pick up a Malthael as well with it. Okay, that's a Team Happy Cloud have got some. They've got some pressure and some damage on their side. I'm a little worried for gillyShark. At least they've got some great dive as well and blow up potential. But I love what they put together on the side of Team Happy Cloud. Last pick coming out, it's going to be the Tyrael. And it works with their team. Dives with the Greymane. I'm surprised there's no priority into the Anubarak at all, because that's paired pretty well into the Greymane. Granted, they already have the Diablo that's kind of diving, so like dive into dive isn't super great. I know I say that, and there's a Zeratil, Greymane, and a Tyrael, and those all kind of do exactly that, but you can play them also in more of a passive way. You can play them in more of a controlling manner, you know, use that VP to slow them down, use that holy ground to separate them, and then, you know, split them off and back them out. And then Greymane, as I said, is just a good boy. He's able just to kind of maneuver himself around the map, and he's good in every situation. But we'll be loading into this game number 3 in just a second. Thank you all so much for supporting the stream, for hanging out, for lurking, for chatting. Bandit apparently. I love it's just like, it's the one paw that he has on Duck. That's it. It's just, he has to be touching it. It's adorable. He's so very cute. Alrighty. We're loaded in. Let's go ahead and get into this. Game number 3. Who's going to be taking it? Will Team Happy Cloud be able to give gillyShark their first loss of the season? On the left-hand side, we got the members of Team Happy Cloud up 1 in our best of 3 in Game 3. Brett Michaels is going to be on the Diablo. Delta will be on the Rhaegar. We have Whatapal on the Malthael. Galaxy Quest on the Falstad. And Ferret going to be on the Jaina. On the right-hand side, also up 1 game in our best of 3 series, we do have the members of gillyShark. Ramadi is going to be on the Dahaka and top lane. Veggies will be on the Tyrael. Kaimo Chipson going to be on the Tyrande. Stark on the Zeratul. And Chesluter will be on the Greymane. Let's go ahead and get on into this as I see the Falstad already going into what I would consider my favorite build. GG, well played, back to the desk, that's it. You can see the pings coming out. Right, there we go, let's push the right buttons. Let's actually also look at some of the other questing talents. So we do have the Fingers of Frost and Jaina. It's over. Can we restart? The second one connects as well. I'm sorry. It's just these teams are so... I love these teams so much. Did you get the welcome to partnership email? I haven't checked my email since I started streaming, Judy, but I don't think so. Not yet. Fingers crossed. Like, fingers super crossed. Thank you for coming by, friend, as well. Elfstone B? I think I got that right. Thank you for the follow as well. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, my friend. A little bit of back and forth right now in this lane. Falstad, as I said, is going to be going into the Gathering Storm at level 1. I personally, like, this is my personal, this is the jam for me. I love Gathering Storm build. I just also want to, like, we know that Stark's right here, and I want to see what Galaxy Quest does. Do they just throw out the hammering? They're playing the solo lane so safe. And this is actually a really good thing that we can kind of show right now. So you can see that the Zeratul just came by, and we can see that they're also playing by the front gate on the side of this Falstad. The reason being is that Zeratul can't really dive you in front of your gate. Zeratul can dive in and try and go and blow you up, but it's not going to work out. So stalling the lane, not really attacking it, letting it kind of crash into your front gate, and then having your minions anchor like this is a really strong strategy. It's hard to do, because I've tried to do this myself, and I usually am just anchoring and taking the damage from the minion wave, but they're trying to play this slow. They're trying to bring this in front of the gate, so that way they don't need to step out into lane where Zeratul is very bursty. This is where you see them walking forward, and I think they're trying to show their presence in lane. They're also going to be grabbing regeneration globes, because they are going to be going into the... I don't remember this talent off the top of my head. Shadow Hunter at level 1. It's the builds for the Zeratul will change up a little bit. We used to see them going for that pure cleave build, where it's going to be you know, the greater cleave, and then I think you have the void slash as well. It's all that damage from the cleave. Here we're seeing a little bit of a different build coming out from the Zeratul. We're also going to be seeing Darkness Descends. This is, I actually saw I think a Zeratul yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, run this. I don't think gillyShark played Zeratul against Sky 5. That might have been in the Reborn Knights red game, but let's actually go ahead and jump into mid lane, as there are going to be a little bit of a back and forth between these these players right now, as they have also got the Bruiser camp pushing in through mid as well. Yo, Day, how's it going? Thanks for coming by. How was your smoothie, by the way? I was a little jealous about that. Tear it up for the Hearth, and we do have our tribute spawning up here in just a second. Being able to stand still for full invisibility is super annoying. It's possible. Yo, Gank Push Squad. Gank Push Squad's in the house? Dang. Zeratul now stepping into lane now that the False Dead did kind of walk out here as well. But the big thing to note on all this is that during all this time, while Zeratul is kind of sneaking around and they're playing this lane really, really slow and they're still soaking experience, Falstead is not getting Gathering Storm stacks, and that's a rough spot to be in. Oh, look at Chess Looter right now. They're waiting to see if they dive out any further into lane. Brett Michaels is taking the aggressive rotation onto Stark, and they're going to be getting they're going to go into them. That's going to be Chess Looter coming in here as well. Gets the Gilnean cocktail out, but Galaxy Quest does not go down. The Hearth comes out from them. Stark going to be hearthing on the right as well. Objective number 1 already happened, and I completely missed it. My apologies, stream. As we do have 7 talent tier hit first for the members of Team Happy Cloud. And they get it on the side of gillyShark. All right. Romany's still up in this top lane. I don't think either of them left this. Man, Galaxy Quest is such a good movie. That's the one with Tim Allen, isn't it? Isn't it like super cheesy? From like early 2000s? I think, right? I'm like 50% sure on this. Oh, alrighty, second objective of the game is going to be popping up. We do have the Dahaka still in this top lane. Let's actually jump over the gillyShark vision really quickly, as we are going to be getting into this overpower on to Veggies, getting thrown around a little bit by Brett Michaels as Kyle Tripson trying to provide a little bit of support from the side right there. Zeratul going to be coming in here as well, looking for an angle to get under that backline. Galaxy Quest will be the target. They don't get the ability off in time. That's a rough go, but they do manage to stall out the Falstead regardless. Jaina is going to be going down. First blood of the game. 5 minutes near 5 minutes into the game. First blood of the game is finally going to be coming through. Brett Michaels does get that shadow charge on Chess Looter. Falstead really starting to work up those stacks. Going to be picking up 5 more right now, and that sounds like, oh wow, 5 more stacks, but still, like that's really, really good. Also, Mana Return's also a great time. Is it cheese? Yes, the finest. Wait, what? I missed something right there. We are going to be seeing the cleanse come out onto the Diablo as we do see the Firestorm not too far out right there. Veggies gets the channel, and now Brett Michaels will be getting picked off. 2 kills in favor for the members of gillyShark as Falstead decide to push top lane. First objective isn't important anyways. I mean, Lupus, yeah, kinda. It's so good, though. It's literally got amazing character. Do I have to go watch this movie tonight? Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, I always say her name wrong. Alan Rickman's in that? Now I gotta watch it tonight. All right, well, I know what I'm doing after stream, because I had one more episode of iZombie, and I got halfway through it before stream, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna stop and get ready and play a brawl and just kind of get myself in the mindset for this. But it is Thursday, and this is the day I get to stay up later, so maybe I will watch Galaxy Quest and just probably regret it. I don't know. I probably won't regret it. I trust you, Twitch chat. I believe in you. Either way, another objective will be popping up here. 9 to 9 and actually 10 to 10 roughly in levels. Let's actually cycle through some of the other numbers. We've seen talents for long enough, and we know what those kind of look like. Mind of the Nerazim for the Zeratul. No VP. Okay, that's an interesting one. Lightning Breath, as we talked about in draft. We have the Ancestral Healing to kind of pair into that, Jaina with the Water Elemental instead, because that pairs well with the Lightning Breath on top of it. Sanctification as anticipated, kind of. Sentinel going out. Ferret does sidestep it, and I think that's just, it was enough just to deny that one spot right there. They're not going to be going any further into this, as they're just going to be clearing out waves. It looks like they might have just not been, they were not able to get here in time, and now Veggies is just working their way out of this, trying to juke their way away from Brett Michaels. It's Thursday, my dudes. Yeah, exactly. Oh, hold on, this Brett Mike. Wow, good gust. Just such a good gust. I'm sorry, I was reading chat and then I like looked up. I was like, that Diablo's dead. And then a little bit of a gust comes through. That Falstead being a bro. They don't have anything to combo into VP. They have Sanctification. No, I see. I know what you mean. I get you. I absolutely agree. But it's just, the other thing too is like, there's a lot of like, regardless of whether or not you have stuff that goes into it, it's also just a really good utility on top of everything. Like it's to deny a potential core rush on, like to be able to VP your own core or to VP the enemy team and stop them, or to deny a channel, or to be able to, like, it has some utility as well. But hey, if you don't need that utility and it looks like gillyShark are comfortable without it, then yeah, I absolutely agree. You go for pure damage, get the extra cleaves, get that extra damage out. I don't know if they have vision on this. They do now. That Sentinel comes through, Malthael in the top lane, so they do see the Malthael up there, and now they're stepping further forward. Veggies wants to be on the point. They do have the Sanctification. Rhaegar's the first one to go down as the Ancestral Healing doesn't connect in time. Sanctification was already used right there as well. Brett Michaels taking too much damage. Chessleader might have found themselves a kill onto this Diablo if they can get, oh, there's the one auto that they needed, but now they force the enemy team off. The Falstead throwing out a couple more hammers, and they will be able to pick up double boss. This won't be cursed for them, but that's a huge win for the members of gillyShark. Oh my god, Rain Wilson has a minor role? Not that it isn't still good regardless, yeah. I missed that message and I went through a whole little rant right there, but I agree with you, yeah. VP your own stank, Pog. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly how it works, right? I don't know what that interaction looks like. Because it's from the friendly team. I don't think I've ever seen that, like, I've seen, you know, like, Sunderings and Mosh anti-synergize. Like, there's been a lot of those in the past, but, like, I don't know if I've ever seen something like that. Look at Stark with the potential burst right there. That Might of the Nerazim value. Like, that's... Whoo. And they're gonna scale. They're gonna be hitting some other talents that will be... They still have 16 talent here, which I notably is, I think, another power spike into the auto attack damage from Cleave when you're weaving autos into your ability damage, if I'm not mistaken. I'm probably wrong on that. Double immune? Yeah, exactly. We're gonna pull away talents really quickly. Let's get this fight broken down for us all. Bosses have ended. We do see Zeratul on this Falstad getting a good amount of damage out. Veggies with the Aldruin's Might forward. Going to be looking to at least harass a couple of these members as they step forward, trying to deny Romedy from the channel. They do have curse potential on both sides. No one getting cursed just yet in this game. Curse bullet did go out for a second right there. Sanctification was used by Tyrael. They turn around and say, let's use this Sanctification for the channel. Start going for it, but that's going to be the Lightning Breath coming out from the Diablo. They also had the Reaper's Mark coming out from Whatapal, denying it for there, but Veggies is so very low, they end up going down. And I wonder if it was on purpose, because Whatapal could take a lot of damage, but they're able to meander their way away from that. Stark is going to take a lot themselves. Chessleader diving in, goes down. The rest of the team was not to be found. A bit of an interesting choice right there, as they're going to be getting hit with the curse. Bottom lane is going to be pushed out pretty far in favor for the members of gillyShark, so they don't have to worry about that too much, but like mid lane and top lane especially, because they're already here and they've got a wave with them. Wow. It's heroic ability chicken. You can use Sank after getting VP'd, or you can use VP over the other team's Sank. Ah, gotcha. Thank you. How you doing tonight, bud? Sentinel coming through as well. I think they do get a little bit of vision right there. Yeah, they saw it for a couple seconds as they were rotating through there, and Romedy needs to back off as they might get caught out, and I think that's going to be the case. They don't have any sort of telling claws. They do get the burrow initially, and now they're going to try and make their way out. That's going to be the overpower. No, it doesn't actually connect. The tongue drag is going to be there, but the Ancestral Healing will be there in time. They also get cleansed on top of all of that. They do have the isolation thrown onto them. I was like, where's the overpower? And Romedy with the 200 IQ, or I guess just the quick wit to throw out that right onto Diablo, is going to be strong for them right there as they're starting to turn this around. The 200 IQ is going to be reversed as they manage to get the kill onto Dahaka right there. No burrow available for them, as the Greymane also will be picked off. 2 for none trade as the top lane is going to get it pushed in, and this minion wave really needs to get cleared out. Stark going to use the double cleave to try and make quick work of that. As I said, bottom lane wasn't the biggest deal. They did end up pushing this down a little bit further with that Falstead, so they're going to be able to get that wave opened, or that lane opened up a little bit further for themselves. But that's going to be kind of the pause in this game right now, and unfortunately, because of the fact that they do have 16 talents here, they're not going to be able to push any further, but the members of gillyShark are not going to be too far off themselves from 16s, and they'll be able to get that with this camp, actually, that Stark is going to be grabbing, as well as the minion wave pushing in through mid lane. Wow. It's a pretty close game number 3. Falstad just getting free pressure down here as well, and Diablo doing a great job of anchoring and making sure no one steps further forward onto said Falstad. Ferret going for the camp in this top left of the screen, so making sure that there's going to be constant pressure coming in through the top lane on top of the periodic catapult that they have coming up through there. As I noted in the previous match, periodic catapults come up whenever you have the fort down, meaning it's going to be every third wave you'll have a catapult spawn in your favor on your side of the map. If you take down the keep, it's consistent catapult pressure throughout every single minion wave spawn. 16 Talonteers here for both sides, and we are going to be seeing Diablo throwing Romedy around up here, but look at this. They're trying to come for the wraparound. Rhaegar just showed, so yeah, Romedy is like, I'm out. I'm out. You can see the clicks too, like all the clicks are just like, we're going to go back to base. We don't know where some of the team is, and we don't want to get picked off. Oof, oof, oof. Next objective, popping up in the top left of our screen. It's going to be curse availability for gillyShark, but will they be able to pick it up is the question. Fights have been going pretty good back and forth. They're going for boss on both sides, I think, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they waited there for a second. I think they might have been seeing if they were going to invade onto their own, or onto, I guess, the gillySharks, but Team Happy Cloud are just happy to take their own boss. With that delay, though, they could try and check this side. Let's show gillyShark vision, and we'll all be surprised together. Oh, wait, Sentinel coming through. Connects onto Malthael. So they know. They definitely know that they were coming up this way, but not going to be quick enough, as they will be able to pick up the boss for top. Boss coming in through the bottom lane as well. Ooh. Holy ground only if... Oh, yeah, it counts as a wall for Diablo. But it's on the ground. Bottom lane fork goes down, and they will be able to send that through. Yeah, these Sentinels just connecting across the map right there. They pushed in through the top lane, and they kind of even out the structure value from the bosses thus far. Objective popping up. Does gillyShark go for it? Romedy should have a burrow in. The positioning from gillyShark isn't really like at the point just yet, so they're gonna have to force their way in. There's the Eldruin's Might in. Dahaka's still showing on the map, so they know that the Dahaka won't be joining in just yet. Holy Ground's used, but Ferret still has the channel. There's no interrupt just yet. That will be Stark with one. That's going to be the Shadowstalk used by the Tyrande, as they also have the Lightning Breath. That's going to be the Ancestor Healing connecting onto the Jaina, and they lose the Tyrael on top of the Zeratul. This is a fight that is turning very south in favor for the members of Team Happy Cloud. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, Dahaka is still clearing out this boss, and do they have Brushstock not up and available? It is. It's up and available. I'm surprised that they didn't just join in. Hey man, I didn't make the game. I'm just a Diablo player. Moist Venus, thank you so much for the 69 bits, my bud. Are you excited for your match this evening? Are you excited to get shamed in your Azmodan talents as I'm trying to fix my mouse cable that's constantly getting underneath the actual mouse itself? There we go. No, Lupus, you're absolutely fine. It's just, it was one of those things that, like, you said it and I was just like, wait a minute. Hold the phone. Alrighty, we do have 20 talents here rounding the corner for Team Happy Cloud, and they're going to try and press in this bottom lane and try and take a keep down here, get some consistent catapult pressure in their favor. They've got this 20 talent here advantage. Falstad sitting with 38 stacks on that hammering as well, going to have a decent amount of damage popping into there. Zeratul just popped like a balloon. Ooh, double Lunar Flare, Shadow Charge onto the wall just to get out of this as quickly as possible, as they manage to get their keep. And I think gillyShark has to give this. There's no way that they step forward on the enemy team with their 20 talent here, who also they haven't picked half the team hasn't picked their talents. There we go. I feel like this is a no-brainer. This, on the other hand, is a choice. That is definitely a choice. Hellgate also for the Diablo as well. Yeah, they're giving this over. They know that they can't take this without their 20 talent here, so they'll be able to grab the Bruiser Camp, which Chest Looter's already jumping onto. We have Veggies clearing out the top lane. Let's actually jump over to the vision for the team with 20s and see what they're going to be deciding to do. We do have Falstad, I was gonna say barrel rolling over the wall right there to try and go for the that Bruiser Camp or excuse the Siege Camp, and I think now that's exactly going to be it. They might have wanted to invade on the Bruiser Camp, but that just got pinged immediately as it happened. And plus, with them being so close to 20, gillyShark's not going to be stepping forward for a fight, so they're going to be able to just say, let's grab some pressure for top lane. That at least will be potentially crashing into that keep and be able to take it down during an extended curse phase or our next one. Baja shames you. I'll excitedly support your talent choices. Yes, support my deplorable ways. There are dozens of us. Dozens! This is why we can't encourage weenus. This is why we can't have nice things. Maltheo is sitting on 3 stacks of the last rights. All right, let's go ahead and see who's going to be able to take this. We'll pull. Well, actually, we'll hold up the talents just for a moment here, just to be able to keep an eye on what those look like, as this is going to be 20s. It's like, it's so tense right now because there's so much available for both teams, and whoever gets this could potentially win the game, or even just whoever wipes in this fight could potentially be the reason the other team wins. Ferret will be going for the channel. They get stalled out right there. All right, let's pull this away really quickly because I just want to be able to show more of the screen. Shadowstalk will be used. That's going to be the Gust coming in, but they also have the Sanctification. That's going to be the Jaina, the first one to go down. The Curse Bolt went out as well. She does finish out her quest, but unfortunately that's Diablo getting picked off as well. They do lose souls. Romedy going to be popping up from the Tunneling Claws, and Whatapal is trying to find someone low enough to be able to get the last right stack onto them. They do get the stack onto Romedy, who does go down right there. So many members are so low as Maltheo has bought back into the game. Just Looter barrel rolling forward as they're going to be trying to go ahead and get this kill onto Falstad, and they managed to get it. Delta is trying to get a kill onto one of these players, and Veggies might be the one that it hits, and that's also going to be Diablo back into this fight. Kaimo Tripson gets hit with the wave of fire, and they are going to be getting picked off, and unfortunately that is going to be 4 members down on the side of gillyShark. Maltheo buys back in, as well as Diablo in a sense, and now Chesslooter saying, I need to clear out as many of these catapults before the enemy team step forward with their curse advantage. This is a rough spot to be in for gillyShark, but can they just end it with a Maltheo, Diablo, and Rhaegar? I'm so worried about this. Curse Bolt goes out and Delta will be targeted. That's going to be the Storm Shield coming out as well, and they jump back into their core. Last Rites was used onto them, so that's going to be cooldown triggered, and they don't have that up and available, but it looks like we have the GGs being called, and the members of Team Happy Cloud are going to be taking our game number 3, and they will be taking the series 2-1. GG. Well played. Happy Cloud has 7 heroes. That's cheating. Oh man, what a great match. All right, we're gonna try and get like a super quick interview with one of the players. All right. Because I at least want to give them the opportunity to get some shoutouts and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead. Okay, cool. So we're gonna get Delta in here in just a second, and I'll show talents and stuff like that while it's all happening. Where is Delta? Come on, bud. I got invited to a custom game already. Okay. Alrighty, I'm joined by Delta at this time. Congratulations on your 2-1 victory. How you feeling, bud?
Those were some games.
Those are some good games, but we have to go through this really quickly because apparently the teams we're casting next have already invited me to the lobby. They're ready to go, but let's actually get into this. Let's ask some good questions really quickly. You know, game 1, they had a pretty dominant set against you on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Then you come back and kind of clap back in a sense on Infernal Shrines, as you know, there was that Butcher Pressure consistently being there. We set ourselves up for game number 3 on Cursed Hollow. Were you nervous at all about this game 3? Does this do anything?
Oh, absolutely. We felt like the Butcher play in game 2 was just them memeing on us a little bit, and so we expected that, you know, yeah, we won, but I don't know what it meant, so we were super nervous.
Okay. And then, you know, Cursed Hollow being, it's a fairly large map, and they pick up this global, you pick up the Falstad as well, and they've got the Zeratul. You know, just shout out to Galaxy Quest, the way they were playing against that Zeratul in the bottom lane, just playing by that front gate. Were you waiting for a power spike? Were you just waiting for fights? Can you tell me the strategy you kind of played on game number 3? Because game 2, you had that huge, like, we're going to lock you down, chain CC, you're dead, and that's it. We just keep barreling in with that. Game 3, can you talk about your strategy and how you went to that? Because it seemed like it was a very brawly comp, and you just had really good fights.
A lot of it was reactive. We knew that they were going to try to engage with the Tyrael, with the Greymane, and the thought was, if we can back off, if we can counter their initial burst, kind of disrupt that, knock them back with, you know, slow them with Jaina, knock them back with Diablo, that then we were in a position to outbrawl them.
It worked out really well. I had a blast casting those games. Like, there was such a great back and forth, and I wasn't sure who was going to be able to win any of them. It didn't seem like it could be any one team's game because of a dominant portion. It was great fights overall. Going into the playoffs next week, where does this put you? Do you know what this kind of threw?
Oh, I'm pretty sure we're at the bottom and
no
playoffs. Oh yeah, no, this is
the
not
team. Oh wait, no, but are you in the playoffs?
No.
Oh.
We're last place in the division.
The one team to take a game off of gillyShark doesn't make it into the playoffs. It's just, oh, I'm sorry. That's a bit of a feels bad.
It's cool. This was our playoffs. This is good.
There you go. I mean, you also got to take the one game from the one team that didn't lose one for all 8 weeks, essentially.
Yeah, and we were really motivated. I mean, we knew their reputation where they were in the standings, and you know, we wanted to see how we stacked up against the best. So,
well,
we were pretty motivated coming in.
It definitely showed. Before I let you go, any shots that you'd like to give? The floor is all yours.
Entire team. You know, you saw them play. I'm not gonna read their names. And then thanks to you for casting. I can't wait to go back and watch the VODs.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much for the games. I really look forward to seeing you in the next season or whatever league I catch you in. But have a great night, and once again, great games.